What's up, YouTube? Seems like they posted the banner info for the next half of the Genshin 2.5 patch. Usually they post this on Saturday or Sunday, but seems like they posted a week earlier this time. So let's do some banner reaction. As always, the thing about the second half banner is that you should always try to wait as long as possible to see the live stream for the next patch. So wait until you see the 2.6 live stream to see what character they will be running in that patch before you roll on these banners. Because maybe they'll run a better character that you might want more instead. Maybe Kazuha, maybe Venti, maybe even a new character like, I don't know, Ayato or something like that. Who knows? So make sure you wait until the live stream. But regardless, let's go through the 2.5 banner. Starting with the character banner, we have Raiden, Shogun, and Kokomi. I have already made two respective videos on both of these characters about their current meta situation. But to the ordinary read, Kokomi is okay, Raiden is pretty good. But let's take a look at the 4 stars. So the 4-star on this banner is gonna have Bennett and Sarah. Wait, I feel like they're missing a 4-star character on this banner. How come there's only 2 4-star characters on this banner? What happened? Anyway, let's talk about the 4-star. So starting off with Shin Yan. Okay, moving on to Kujo Saura. Obviously, they put Kujo Saura on this banner for Raiden Shogun. It would be nice to get some Kujo Saura, especially to aim for a C6 Saura while you're playing for the Raiden Shogun, which would be pretty good. I don't think this is unexpected. Pretty much everyone saw that they were going to put Kujo Saura onto the Raiden banner. At the current moment, Saura is only really played with Raiden, but if your goal is to put on the Raiden banner, then you'll be bing chilling. If you're pulling for Kokomi, then Saura is not really that great of a character. But I imagine most people don't have a lot of Saura constellation, and maybe she'll be useful in the future with different Electro characters. Obviously, she was not too useful with Yamiko, but maybe in the future there'll be like better Electro characters, so maybe she'll be useful by then. And then, of course, we have the best character in the game, which is Bennett. Really good. Pretty much anyone who doesn't have Constellation 5 already on Bennett can appreciate it. To be honest, I think nowadays it's actually okay to activate C6 Bennett. I don't really think there is a huge downside of activating C6 Bennett, except for the fact that you cannot undo this. But I'll be honest, C6 Bennett is actually really good because it gives you 15 pyro damage that you can snapshot onto your Xiangling if you're playing Bennett Xiangling, which you pretty much will always be playing Bennett Xiangling outside of like these 1 or 2 scenarios like Hyper Raiden or something like that. So this 15 pyro damage bonus is actually pretty good, and you don't really care. Nobody really cared too much about the infusion nowadays, but it just like, because this is an undoable decision that you go, people still don't activate it, myself included. But yeah, overall, I think this character banner is pretty good, except for the fact that it has a random 2-star character on it. I swear to God, Mihoyo should have just put a Xin Shoes or a Xiangling instead of a Xin Yan, and then this will be one of the best banner at all time. You'll have Raiden, Bennett, Xiangling, and then Saura, or Raiden, Bennett, Xin Shoes, and then Saura, or maybe just like some kind of other off-field DPS character that can work with both of these characters, and it'll be one of the best banner of all time, and then people will spend money. I don't really understand what it... Moving on to the weapon banner, we have the Donut and the Engulfing Lightning, which is Raiden's signature weapon and like a 2 EXP right here. So it's really interesting that this banner only have 1 5-star weapon. I'm not really seeing another 5-star weapon. Maybe Mihoyo made a mistake for some reason. All I see is like a couple 5 XP for your auto weapon, and that's it. But with that being said, let's go through these weapons. Engulfing Lightning, obviously a really good weapon. Best in slot for Raiden Shogun, really good weapon for a lot of the poem character who are all really strong. Again, these are something like Rosaria or Xiangling. Pretty good weapon. If you have to ask, I think this is a really common question, and that is, should I pull for C1 Raiden or Engulfing Lightning? The answer would be Engulfing Lightning, just because of the fact that you can move it to other characters. Likewise, C3 Raiden or Engulfing Lightning, answer is probably Engulfing Lightning, just because again, you can use it on other characters. Again, those are Xiangling. But if you are pulling on this weapon banner, keep in mind that weapon banner does not have the same value as character banner. It's not exactly a 1-to-1 comparison. Again, since the other thing you can get in this banner is kind of a dud or a bomb, and the character banner you can get Bennett, which is much better. But if you have all of these characters at C6, then I guess it's not too big of a deal. But yeah, Engulfing Lightning, one of the best weapon in the game. And then we have the Donut, which is not even the best weapon for Kokomi. For Kokomi, the Donut is actually surprisingly not her best in slot. For, I think TDDS does outscale the Donut. The Donut donut technically is like 0.1% damage higher than TTDS on like super optimized Kokomi or something like that, but it's just not worth it as far as I remember anyway. But yeah, this weapon complete garbage. Do not pull for this weapon even if you're a Kokomi main, unless you really want to put a donut on your Kokomi, which doesn't even match her aesthetically because the new event weapon just looks so much better on her. So if you're a Kokomi like main, just use this because it looked cooler than a donut, and they're both like just as bad. But the 4-star on this banner is actually really good. I think the 4-star on this banner is all super good. So the only problem with this banner is the donut. Starting off, we have the claymore and the bow. So these weapons scale with the amount of total energy in your party, which are really good for elemental burst spam com that uses a lot of energy. In particular, these are Ganyu in Morgana or Beidou, who can use both of these weapons really well. When you have them at high refinement, they can often beat out a lot of the 5-star weapon. If you have the bow at R5, it's one of the best Ganyu weapon for Morgana team, and we have the claymore at R5, it's one of the best Beidou weapon. Serpent Spine is still really OP, but this weapon is not that far behind, if at all. Is this Will Smith or Sacrificial? This is Sacrificial, right? Wait, is this Will Smith? Oh, this is Sacrificial. Sacrificial Fragment, really good weapon on your Sucrose for Taser team, as it gives elemental mastery as well as give you a extra reset. Could also be used as a battery for Shao. Usually you run TTDS Sucrose instead for Shao, but Sacrificial Fragment can also be used to battery Shao further. Nothing else I have to say. Really good weapon for Sucrose, and Sucrose is a really good character, therefore this weapon is really good. And then onto the Faf Lance. Faf Lance is one of the best Faf weapon series, simply because all the polearm characters is so good, and again those are Xiangling, Rosaria, or Raiden. All of those characters can really appreciate a Faf Lance. If you're playing Rosaria in like a Morgana, put a Faf Lance on her. If you're playing Rosaria with your Eula, put a Faf Lance on her and generate energy for your Eula. Or if you're just missing energy on your Xiangling, well then put your Faf Lance on the Xiangling. Pretty good for like say Raiden National. Obviously if you have Dragon Bane for your Xiangling, then it might still be better, but overall R5 Faf Lance have really high value for your account. Really nice weapon to have just in case you need it, which to be honest you probably will need it in some of the com, but most of the really meta com could appreciate a Faf Lance weapon. And for most of those, those are like the polearm characters. Lion Raw. A lot of people might not know this, and this is really important to call out, but Lion Raw is a really good weapon for Raiden National with your Xingqius. When you're playing Raiden National, the Xingqiu's best in slot is actually going to be Lion Raw, because you don't need that much energy on your Xingqius anymore, so you can run a damaging weapon. And furthermore is that the passive work against enemy affected by Electro, which in Raiden National is like a lot of the time, which means you just get 36% damage on your Xingqius, which is really good. If you're playing Raiden National, you should be putting a Lion Raw on the Xingqius. And again, a lot of people don't know this, but it is what you should do. So getting a high refined Lion Raw here is really good, especially since if you're pulling on this banner, you're probably playing for Engulfing Lightning. I mean, hopefully at the very least. Don't pull for the donut, please. Please don't pull for the donut. This is like worse than 5 crystal that you can get for free in the game. I swear if I get a donut, I'm just gonna feed it to like a Xiangling or something. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the banner, right? Overall, a really amazing weapon banner to be honest, aside from the fact that there's this thing on it. And a really amazing character banner to be honest, aside from the fact that there's this thing on it. But that's pretty much it. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time, alright, YouTube people, bye.